All right, so again about DotLoop. I'm going to cover some broad basics and symbols over there, and she will jump right in and correct me if I go out of bounds or say something correct. No fear that she will be right there, because with Sindel training wheels, anything is possible. So, yeah, this lab is about DotLoop, or as others call it, why is Kai being mean to me? And this is about everybody's favorite subject, document review compliance, right? Exciting. Now, keep those shirts on. There are two sets of criteria we're looking for in loops. The first is proper documentation in case of an audit, which is a huge headache for some of us. I mean, yeah, you gotta help us here, because if that happens, like, everything stops. You think you're not getting paid fast enough now? Just wait till we're knee deep in auditors. No, nobody wants that. Nobody. The second is the correct information for a broker sumo sync. So we'll go over both of these, but the first, just in case of an audit, there are just like a bare minimum of things that we need. You got the ballpark of stuff. I mean, what do we need? You need your contract, any related addenda mentioned in said contract. We need an escrow, we need a pre-approval or proof of funds, and a pending and a closed MLS. And at the end, we need a settlement and a check. I mean, like, at bare minimum, we need that stuff. But should we task you with something? Maybe, mistakenly or what have you, you're like, oh, this was a FSBO, there's no MLS. Look, don't take it personally. We're just trying to get through the checklist, okay? And you gotta help me, help you. Help me, help you. So probably one of the worst offenders in this is, why do you people submit things that are not signed? I try not to return every single thing that's not signed, but check this loop out. You submit it, it's not signed. Am I supposed to like wait until that comes back? I'm supposed to keep hitting refresh? I'm never gonna see it again, guys. You got the one shot there. And then you're like, oh, he never approved the whatever. It wasn't signed. Sign the thing, okay? It's not that hard. Yeah, maybe you missed it. I'll send you a note. It's cool usually. It's cool. But I mean, yeah, we just need record that it's signed. Otherwise, the deal's not even real. Like, what do you want from me? Okay. Inside that, once you get these paperwork uploaded, there's only like 4 or 5 little designations that we need to have a smooth transition, that it could go from the seas of DotLoop to the distant shores of Broker Sumo. Meaning, we need your name spelled correctly. Now, this may seem like a simple thing, but a single space can separate you from getting your check on time. I'm serious. Like, there have been spaces, or some people find it fun to put like their title after their name. It needs to match exactly in Broker Sumo. Just with these other details, we need a close date, a sales price, your commission percentages. Most of you are good about this. However, some people, for some reason, add like, oh, no, minus 295 for a transaction deal. Do not put that in the percentage. It will not sync, okay? Don't do that. Throw us a lead source. We need to track that. And then, you know what? If you're doing me a favor, put the MLS number on there. Again, I know if it's FSBO, it's not. But again, there's a lot of special circumstances in there. So you know what happens if you don't do one of these steps? It won't sync over. And so then that means I get to copy it manually. If you don't like, if you don't like respond to a task, I get to copy it manually over. Do you think I enjoy this? Do you think that makes the process faster? No? Yeah, no. So like, what do you, again, it's not a mystery here. Like I will send the white paper back out of like the specific items that we need, but again, sometimes you're like, how come it's taking a couple extra days? And it's like, it could be the simplest thing, but yeah, I need you to like, just fight for me here. All right. I mean, I don't want to keep you from getting paid. I'm trying here. We're like, the checks come in. We're like, yes, they brought us money. Awesome. Let's get them paid. And then I don't know, the lead, so we don't know what happened. We did just a few days go by and then you're mad at me. And like, I'm trying, I'm working for you guys here. All right. Okay. Oh, another thing, help us out. name your documents consistently. Okay. I get it. Sometimes you're in a rush. You just leave the name of the whatever the scanner named it, and you put it up there. But it's like, you know, if I'm hunting through different contract addenda that's just named scan, like it's gonna take extra time. You could just save me, just call it HOA. It's so simple, just HOA, 3 letters, and then I can find it. It's a lot easier. But in terms of compliance, like all you just rename the thing, okay? Inside each of these categories too, when you submit, the things that I had outlined before, where it's like contract, escrow, pre-approval, MLS, settlement check, great. You need to submit those things. You know what you don't need to submit? Let's say a previous offer. I don't need to approve that. You don't need to put that in. There's a lot of like other paperwork, or like, you know, sometimes you load a template and then there's just a blank contract. You can archive that. You don't need to submit the blank contract. Why confuse? Are you trying to confuse me? Like, I get to read through 12 pages going like, is this unsigned? No, I don't want to return that. Like, help me out. Like, there's a lot of things you don't need to submit, okay? I mean, if it's outside of those general categories, like, yeah, sometimes there's an inspection needed. Maybe there's a counteroffer. Oh, you added addenda. We need to extend the closing. Sure, that stuff's great. But yeah, random paperwork, emails, like stuff gets thrown in there where it's like, yeah, we don't need it. Like point to point, don't need that stuff. There's a split document feature. I mean, a lot of you already know this, but you can, you know, when you submit like, oh, here's the all scan. It has the contract, 12 pages of contract, 6 pages of the HOA thing, and another addenda, and there's this other thing. And then you take that, I've seen this a bunch of times, that whole document, like 26 pages gets submitted, and then you resubmit different sections of it. Like, save me just a little bit of time, like split it up or archive it or just clean it up just a bit. Like the redundancy is also confusing inside that. Geez. Let's see. Oh yeah, we do task you with stuff. This has weirdly come up a few times where some folks are like, how come it keeps messaging me? On the opposite side of the task, there's just a little checkbox. You click that, it will stop emailing you every day. Granted that you have done said task, just check that, goes away. Again, most of you know this, but these questions have come up. So yeah, naming conventions, make sure things are signed, and then yeah, give me those categories, and things will just sail right through. I'm open for questions, but I don't think anybody's gonna ask any. I think I covered it. I mean, and that was only like 8 minutes worth of stuff. I wish I had some visual representations for you. I'll have a video together later, but yeah, now would be the portion for questions. I will look at my phone. Oh, anything? Yep.
Hey, Kai. So
Hey.
it's Rebecca. So
Hi.
you're saying that if we label our files correctly and we have everything signed and organized, that the likelihood of getting paid more quickly is pretty strong?
Goes way up. Goes way up.
Perfect.
Yeah, and that's what we want too. We would just like, well-oiled machine just comes right through. All good.
Okay. And so then you also are saying that you would like us to categorize. So now how do you and Sindel prefer things categorized? Like if the offer fell through, do we just put it in a different section of that to help make it easier for you guys to?
There's a folder for offers and counter offers. You could just stick it in there and don't need to submit that either. It just lives with the property. It goes there. It just sits for reference. And then you don't need to make another loop. You're selling the same spot, same listing. Just add another contract into contracts and relevant addenda. Great. Well, I hope you all learned something. I think I did. Join us next lab for something fun. I forget what's on the calendar. Anything that over?
For Kai today? Maury, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm good, Rebecca. How are you?
I'm doing well. Anything interesting on the title side to report?
No, not really. It's been kind of business as usual.
You guys are staying busy though? You're seeing a continuous uptick in everything?
We are. Yeah, I got 3 closings today. Contracts are coming in. Everything looks good, man. Having fun.
Very good.
Yeah. I definitely enjoyed today's lab. Thank you, Kai.
My pleasure.
I need to step up my presentations after watching you. You're a lot funny, more amusing.
Oh, I try.
I love it when Kai teaches. He's very good.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Does anybody else have any other questions, concerns, feelings, comments? Let me see. I didn't see anything in the chat section.
Oh, you know one thing I can mention?
Yes.
Gail and Terry both told me to tell realtors this. Where you put your name on contracts, if you put your email down there or a phone number, that makes it easier for the closers to get a hold of realtors, because sometimes we start out without someone's contact.
That is a good point.
Good advice.
That is a good point. It probably makes it
Okay.
easier on transaction coordinators and everybody.
Yep.
So, well, very good. Well, I don't have anything else. Does anybody else have anything that they need assistance with today? All right, then we'll call it a day. All right, bye guys.
Thank you.